You're looking to leave California. Now what? You've looked into many other states around us, and we seem to fit the bill in most cases. And in today's video, I'm gonna be going over why a lot of people from California are looking to relocate to New Mexico. So hang tight, grab your pen and your pad, and let's get into today's video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time tuning into the Living in Albuquerque channel, where we talk about everything that New Mexico has to offer and all the great cities here in this state, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom. That way you guys never miss out on any videos. My name is Eli, and as much as I love doing these videos, guys, I would love to also help you out with your real estate needs. So if you are planning on moving down to New Mexico, you are planning on leaving California, I love to discuss what those next steps are. But a ton of people are hitting us up, and we've been getting certain questions, asked pretty frequently. So I figured that we'd make a video out of these questions that we get asked all the time and just bring them to light, right? We've done videos on these topics time and time again, but I feel like it's about time for a refresh, especially with the outlook of the economic situation all around the world, all the uncertainty, just a bunch of raised eyebrows, and people looking to move or do something this year are really questioning if New Mexico is going to work out with them. And I hope that this video just helps you bridge that gap. And if not, reach out, because I'd love to have more conversations with you guys. But let's get into the first topic. In our first topic, guys, people question the difference between living in California and living in New Mexico and really try to compare apples to oranges, which obviously we don't have beaches. We don't have like other little major cities all around us. We don't have Disneyland. But I will say this, is that all that aside, I mean, you're not even going to miss it living down here. And a lot of people actually move down here to get a better quality of life. Now, what does that mean? It's kind of like a blanket statement, right? A better quality of life will mean a slower pace of living, a more affordable sense of living, easy access to the outdoors. I know that I talk with a bunch of people from California, and they always tell me that it takes hours just to even leave the city to get to the outdoors sometimes, and it's kind of annoying. Here, I mean, 10-15 minutes just to get to either the Bosque or the Sandia Mountains, or even just an hour if you want to get out to like the Santa Fe shopping centers, down to Pecos, or even down to Jemez. I mean, there's so much that I can say living here centrally in Albuquerque that can offer so much to you guys and your quality of life. Even living in the city, guys, yes, we still deal with some of that, kind of constant grind and fast-paced lifestyle, but it's really up to you guys, is what I tell everybody. Here, the way things move is pretty slow. We're not really into the whole fast-paced living thing. We really like to enjoy our own time with family, with ourselves, or just doing the certain hobbies that we like. And, first and foremost, it's a huge blue-collar community. So people really pride themselves on their work. So they really work hard during the day, come home and relax. And then on the weekends, which you'd be surprised that a lot of places aren't open on the weekends here in Albuquerque, you will find that more people are either relaxing, going to festivals, getting out of town, or just, hanging out for the most part. So if that's something that you're interested in, because really the number one topic people bring up, we'll talk about last, but the cost of living really helps with all of that, because you're not worried about all your expenses piling up on you. Now, I know tapping into that cost of living and all that stuff, again, another broad spectrum, but number one, first and foremost, the question that I get asked is, what's the real estate market there like? For one, I tell people a lot more people are starting to get wind of what we offer, so it does get competitive on the seasons. Like now, heading into the spring season, more people are moving before kids head to summer break and all this stuff. So you're going to see a lot more activity here, and the competition is going to get a little bit more competitive, so to say. But overall, when it comes down to purchasing a house, you can expect to pay $350,000 for the average house. Some houses that are brand new, I know that I sold a few last year, were listed under that $350,000, and you can expect to get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, decent sized lot, just all depending on what side of town you're on. Now we can work out the specifics later, and if you're really interested in looking at what this all looks like for you, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. Feel free to call me, text me, email me, whatever it is that you got to do to get in contact with me if you are looking for more information. But the real estate market here is growing, so if you do miss one opportunity, I always tell people another one will show up either the next day or within the next couple of hours, just because people are always doing something here in New Mexico, believe it or not. So just really be mindful that depending on the season that you come in, you might find more opportunities. It might get a little bit more competitive. Again, we can discuss that all depending on your timeline to really match things up to make that make sense for you. If you're looking to purchase a house that will cost you a third of the fraction of what you will pay out there in California. I mean, homes in California are going for like close to about $1 million on average is what I've seen, right? Doing all the research. That's crazy to me. And some of these houses are like super duper old. Here, houses aren't super duper old. They're not like centuries old. I think some of the later houses creep into like the 1900s. But outside of that, for the far majority, with as much growth and expansion that we've seen in the past 20 to 30 years, for the majority, a house is going to have some modern features. Now let's talk about the job market for a second here. Now, with the growing real estate market, of course, that means that there's going to be a demand for jobs. A few giants have actually decided to call New Mexico home. You got Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, SpaceX, like all these tech giants are moving into New Mexico because number one, it's still super affordable to operate a business here and to actually buy buildings and buy out other businesses. Like, it just makes sense. And looking at some of these deals in hindsight, it's like, no wonder they moved down here. Plus, like the wages down here, it's like super affordable for people to hire employees and all that stuff. So ton of great options. Again, this whole affordability aspect just plays into everything that revolves around keeping the world going, right? So New Mexico is playing a vital role into everything that a lot of these big companies are doing. Now, here locally, you see that Los Alamos Labs, Sandia National Labs, Kirkland Air Force Base, and the hospitals are doing a lot more recruiting. I've even heard that they're doing recruiting outside of the state to bring more people in. So great opportunities, guys. If you're interested in any of these fields, whether it's in tech, finance, service, healthcare, I mean, the opportunities are abundant. Even working for the government, there's still a lot of opportunities out there for you guys. Now, I know you can vibe with this one here. If you're from California, you are going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. The small, tight-knit communities, like whatever little neighborhood you're living in or grew up in, you're going to understand that everybody knows everybody in the hood, right? And that's going to be the same here. And it doesn't even matter where you're from because New Mexico is a big melting pot of culture. And I'm going to speak about Albuquerque for a second because obviously it's the largest city here and there's more diversity, more people here and all that stuff. So when it comes down to it, you are going to see that it does feel like a small town. Like even though it's a big city, we still call it a town. Like when people go in and out of town, I ask them like, when are you coming back into town? Not when are you coming back into the city, right? Even down to the local events, you'll see familiar faces. You'll see, things that you recognize that, are from different cultures and that stuff. Like it's super open, different vendors get involved. So it's awesome to see that the community really comes together. And overall, guys, any event that you see, any community thing that is going on is usually family friendly because they want everybody to feel invited and welcome. Now, there is some adult things to do out there, like go to the breweries and the bars and all that stuff. So if you don't got any kiddos or you don't got a family, like don't worry, there's plenty for you to do here. So take this from my personal account. I grew up with a ton of people who relocated down here from California, and they let me know that, man, it felt like we never left home, and it feels like we've known each other forever. Like it's super cool just to see that same vibe from the Mexicans to Californians, and really the only reason people are coming down here is for a better life. Now we've come to the last topic, and this one here is the most important overall. With California's cost of living just going up like every year, it seems like there's no end in sight. Like what's realistic anymore? Like is it real to purchase a house? Is it even affordable to live here? Like, do I have to work 2 to 3 jobs? Like all that is crazy business, as the kids say nowadays. living here in New Mexico, all I can say is that number one, you're going to save more money. You're going to have more opportunity because you're not going to be stressed out about getting to all these different jobs, long commutes, all that, right? Everything that plays into living in a high pressure, fast paced society is pretty much thrown out the window here. For most part, the commutes here are about 30 minutes. So not only are you going to save money on the house that you purchase, because again, houses here are super affordable, but you're also going to save money on your day-to-day expenses like gas, utilities, the coffee. Like there's so much local spots here that you can get a decent cup of coffee for around $2 to $3. Like it's pretty cool. And let's say out of the question, you're not looking to purchase, like you're wondering if it's even feasible to rent. Yes, on average, a two-bedroom house will cost you anywhere from $1,100 to $1,300. It just really depends on what side of the map you're on here in the city, and we can help you discover that too as well by connecting you with some of these property managers, by allowing you into our systems when we get onto these Zoom calls to be able to show you the back end and give you a backstage access to what these property managers are posting online on the MLS. So with that being said, if you don't want to pay close to about $1 million for a house, you don't want to pay over $500 for utilities and just living expenses day to day, insurance and all that stuff, you might want to consider New Mexico if you are looking to save money, improve your quality of life, and just get back some of that time that you spend in traffic at 3 different other jobs to give back to yourself and your loved ones. Short video, guys, but I think I hit it right on the head and straight to the point. I think if you're moving here from California, you're going to see a lot of similarities when it comes down to the community, what we offer in terms of like lifestyle and stuff like that, because we all know California is super chill. New Mexico is too, right? I think we might be even a little bit more lax and a little bit more land of mañana than you think. So you're really going to have an eye-opener when it comes down to living here, right? You're going to see more opportunity. You're going to be able to make more friends. You're going to be able to, click up with your community a little bit better and really start to save if you're looking to purchase a house or you're looking to start a business. Whatever it is that you're looking to do, that next step in your life, I think living in New Mexico can really set the platform and give you a base to be able to start. So if you are looking to move here, whether you're looking to retire, you're just done with all the fast-paced lifestyle and you want to save some money and make your retirement stretch, or you're looking to purchase your first house, or you're looking to upgrade your house but you're just not too sure what's going to fit your needs, that number popping up on the screen, guys, is my direct line. Feel free to call or text me at any time, and I'd love to chat with you guys to really help you discover if this is going to work out or not. So that's you're interested, feel free to hit me up. I'm going to get back to work. I got a few emails to answer, and we got a new listing coming up on the market, luxury home out in Rio Rancho. So if you're interested in anything like that and you want some more information, it's going to be around $700,000. Please feel free to reach out. I'd love to get that information to you before it hits the market. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.